they kidnap a priest, his son, and his daughter's feet. It's the crime of the century. Then they slip off to the titty twister for a nightcap and a lovely evening. Hi, I'm Craig from the LSTNT Podcast Network. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the Sacramento Popcorn Surprise, our cinema podcast. Tonight is the next edition of Movies from Memory, with hosts Art and Dante and Craig. This is our special original series on which we try our best to summarize a flick that we love but haven't seen in several years. They tend to be films from the 90s to aughts. We have been known to get a little vulgar and insensitive, but it's just our sense of humor, and it all comes from a passion and love for movies. Nay, cinema. Tonight, Hollywood's classic action horror thriller from 1996, we present From Dusk Till Dawn, starring Cheech Marin and others. As always, go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Thanks for listening, and don't forget to check the bottoms of your popcorn buckets for holes. Someone might put their dick in there.
Like a dead man from a white oak tree. People sitting on porches thinking how things used to be. Dark night. It's a dark night.
Hello and welcome back to Movies from Memory. I'm your hostess with the mostest, Dante. With me, as always, is my little honey ginger, my sugar bear, Craig. Sugar. And today, we got a little guest around these parts, Artemio. He's like a rainbow. Nice to see you, bro.
White pussy, black pussy, bam.
We're gonna get right to it, people. We're talking From Dusk Till Dawn. Movies from Memory. We have a proud tradition.
How long we're going to be talking?
That's
a long podcast.
That's how long we're going to be doing it after the podcast. But that's not here nor there. Oh well. But we have a strong tradition here talking about movies. Good movies, bad movies, bold movies, snappy movies.
Hot movies, cold movies.
Yeah, today is none of the different.
So this might be one of my favorite movies of all time.
It's amazing.
I think that George Clooney is one of the most
underrated actors.
Yeah, no, most definitely. But scream acted. I was so fixated on everything that he did in this movie.
Yeah. A lot of that is the Mr. I mean, we can't avoid talking about him. You know him.
QT.
I know him. QT.
Mr. Quentin Tarantino.
Script is
but
so awesome.
He only wrote for it, right? And it was through Robert Rodriguez's film direction that this movie really came to life.
But you were talking about Clooney. I think a lot of it was the script, an amazing script that Tarantino wrote for that character.
That's right.
But definitely
and then you throw in that dreamy guy from ER. You got something special.
Well, yeah, he delivers the lines so well.
And it's nuts that this movie was made during what was it, film writers or it was
a strike or
during
something.
It was during a strike. Yeah, there was a huge controversy that they were making this movie.
We'll definitely
really?
we'll mention that at the end in the trivia because I'm sure it's there.
Oh yeah.
Let's just throw it out on the table, fellas.
Yeah.
From Dusk Till Dawn, Quentin Tarantino. This is after Pulp Fiction, right after I believe. He's helping his buddy Robert Rodriguez direct. It is some kind of weird, genre-bending movie. It's hard to describe.
It's so wild, too, because, until, halfway through the movie, you're unaware that it's a vampire movie.
Yeah. It's just a straight-up,
it's
70s...
a heist movie.
Yeah.
Until, you get to this halfway point.
Takes a
until they get
turn.
to, they're not in El Rey, but they're at, the halfway point.
That's right. They don't make it, right?
Well, they
stop off in...
Clooney does.
Let's.
At the end, spoilers. No, I'm just.
No, I haven't seen this movie.
But the titty twister.
In quite a long time. I think it's going to be 7 years plus.
Really?
This movie is seared into my mind as one of my top 10 movies of all time. So I could have not seen it for 20 years, and I can still recite a lot of the lines.
I think it might be the first Tarantino or Rodriguez I was exposed to. Because I saw this movie when I was like 11 or something.
I think too early.
I was really young, because Chase was into like crazy adult.
Isn't he still like...
We're going to dox that fucker.
Isn't he still talking to Mimi Miyake?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Never mind.
Oh, yeah. We might as well just talk about it. Yeah, we have a friend that has a strange fascination with the big-titted porn star, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm sure... all of us, we looked on our search engines, we find some things we're probably not very happy with.
Probably not healthy that his
obsession with it.
Yeah, they were really big. He just kept showing pictures of them.
What, his obsession?
Big obsession.
And remember Maserati? With the other one?
These women.
All right, guys.
My point was that...
That was a fork in the road.
This is like our best friend from like 8th grade.
My point was just that this
He's a grown man now, though.
This legendary mythic character we're talking about, Chase.
Yes.
Like,
Devon Vilgal.
when I met him at like 10, he had already, or 11 or whatever, he had already seen like all these adult movies, and I hadn't seen like any.
Huge horror movie fan.
And so that was like an early one for me, and like Texas Chainsaw and stuff, and that stuff was so extreme to me.
Oh no, it's so visceral.
Yeah,
totally. The way that they do like the camera shots and just the gore, like straight up gore with it. I think that Robert Rodriguez has a good way of shooting like these grindhouse movies.
Yeah,
I mean that's what he's built his career on, and it's hard to like not say that. You know what I mean? Like,
right. He's making like artistic grindhouse, like B movie.
My first exposure to Robert Rodriguez was from Desperado. When it's what is it? Steve Buscemi who tells the tale of the Desperado or the El Mariachi.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Tarantino is also he has a little appearance in that one too.
Isn't he the dude that gets like killed in the bathroom?
Yeah, he tells the bartender a drink about a guy like pissing or a joke rather about a guy pissing everywhere, and it's some like weird punchline. It's a very Tarantino joke, and then he ends up getting killed. But
there's no dead ninja storage.
Yeah. The first time I think that I saw Tarantino or that I knew what the fuck I was watching, like cognitive of it. Was Reservoir Dogs, and I saw it on TV, yeah, and just that very beginning where it's very similar to this, where it's two guys, they take a drive and something bad happens, and Reservoir Dogs, when him like in the front like bleeding to death and everything. And this, where they, like, the great scene to me, it's like the opening scene, the first 10 minutes of this movie are incredibly compelling.
Oh my god, yeah.
Like, they just don't they don't let up.
The gas station?
Yeah, and it's a great introduction, too.
Like, you have no idea that anything is happening.
Yeah. They just,
it's just a guy who's like,
Earl McGraw, the detective sheriff, rolling up.
Yeah.
Nadine's got that
damn mongoloid.
Yeah, Nadine's got that mongoloid and he's like, don't they have a law against mongoloids? Well, if they ain't, there ought to be.
Yeah.
They're having this bizarre conversation, and then, he goes and drains the lizard. And then when he goes in there, it's like, all of a sudden, it's just like, bam, you're fucking... He comes up and he throws a gun in his face. He's like, all right, be cool, man.
Well, no, he's like,
cool. Everybody
comes
be
out and he's like,
cool.
you were signaling. I saw you were fucking signaling.
Tarantino is the brother. And Tarantino, he's
a hothead. He's a
bit of a hothead.
He's the loose cannon.
Yeah. Wild card.
But he is totally.
And he has a foot obsession.
Everybody be cool. You be cool.
The size of a number 12 of a Shaq shoe. You know what I'm saying?
That scene where
a woman with
Clooney
a Shaq
is like,
foot.
hey, like you fucking be. I forgot about that scene. That
be normal.
So fucking cool.
Well, yeah, it's the Gecko brothers. It's Seth and Richie Gecko.
But he's just like fuck. He points to it, and it cuts to like him with like the barrel down, like the lens, like scope perspective.
If you try and run,
be cool.
I got 6 friends that are all faster.
I'm gonna go back to that as being one of the coolest lines.
And Clooney delivers it great,
very well. Yeah,
but that's later on. That's after this not restaurant, but
The like gas station scene.
But he was like, are you cool or whatever? And then you see like Tarantino whisper in Clooney's ear, and he's like,
That's what it was. He's like, I saw him signaling.
it's all whispers.
Yeah.
He's like,
Seth, I saw him.
and he looks back. He looks back at the gas station attendant. He's like, "You not fucking pig signals?" He's like, "No."
Yeah.
He's like, "My brother says you were fucking scratching." I wasn't fucking scratching. Fucking Kenny Powers' brother. I wasn't fucking scratching.
He's from Deadwood too, and like Winter's Bone.
The guy who's the clerk at the gas station. Yeah.
But he
I'm going to Shaboom's.
I'm going
That
to
whole-
Shaboom.
Is that from Deadwood?
No,
that's Kenny Powers.
Okay, I thought that might have been like a
He's
callback
like,
from.
so, goddamn it, Kenny, how long are you going to stay here for?
I'm going to Shaboom.
He's all, God damn it, Cassie, you stupid church bitch. I immediately regret saying that. I can't stop lying or yelling.
I like
Yeah,
when he couldn't sleep and saw his nephew like standing up looking at him.
Oh yeah.
So then he goes out and does a bunch of blow and like fucking whatever like
Yeah.
With his
comes back
bartender
and
homie.
his nephew couldn't sleep, so then he just stands in the doorway of his nephew. Like,
Yeah.
to, like,
yeah. Just to be like, don't stare at me, like to scare me.
But back to
Back to reality. Whoop! There goes gravity. What were we talking about?
Dude, there is an intro to the podcast where you do that. Blew my mind.
There should be more.
But
That
so,
just lets everybody know this is going to be.
so
funny.
like
Put on your laughing
so at a
hat.
certain point like they get over the fact that like that the gas station attendant is like scratching and Quentin says,
Earl McGraw comes back out.
He goes, "You be cool," and that's where the barrel scene comes through, where it looks like through the lens of the gun and Clooney. It was like, "You be cool,"
Yeah.
and then they both like trail back with their
Does it
hostages.
like focus on the gun and then
Yeah.
focus to his face or whatever?
and like they go back to their hostages, and he's like, "Oh shit, like that was a good dumper or whatever." And Nadine's retard, this and that.
He just keeps
You got
talking
it.
about
Clean
the Mongoloid
commode.
boy.
And then
Hey, another thing about that Mongoloid boy. I was taking a crap.
but he's
hate
like,
him.
all right, well,
I
I'm
mean,
gonna
I
leave.
really hate him.
He goes like, all right, well, I'm gonna leave now. Like something along those lines.
Yeah.
Like, all right, cool. And
Yeah.
then like Richie comes through, aka Tarantino, and just blows that motherfucker's brains out.
Yeah,
and
Earl
it's like,
McGraw.
what the fuck, like, and then all hell breaks
Yeah, and
loose.
then the clerk's
Yeah.
like, "What the fuck you do that for?" And he's like, "You showed him a signal. You showed him. I saw a
He's
signal."
like, you were,
And he's like, "There was no fucking signal." And then there was just a nutty. There's a nutty shootout, and he ends up like throwing a Molotov cocktail. And I
the
do
toilet
remember
paper
some.
roll,
Yeah,
like
with the toilet
kerosene.
paper roll. The guy like flips
No.
around on the popcorn and it goes.
And he
off.
Before
shoots
that-
the
before that-
alcohol bottles.
Yeah.
Before
So
that,
all the
like
alcohol-
Clooney's like the guy's like, I didn't give any fucking signals like during the shootout, and Clooney's like, well, it doesn't really fucking matter now.
It's too late
Yeah.
now.
Doesn't he get shot in the hand too at that point?
He kicks,
Richie does.
Yeah.
He kicks over the lighter fluid and kicks over the toilet paper, and he goes, "Richie, you ready?" And he like clicks over the gasoline, like
the kerosene or
butane,
whatever, butane,
pours it
yeah.
on the fucking
The toilet paper roll.
because they already shot out the bottles behind him.
Yeah, and
so they
it's
know
covered
he's
with
doused in
alcohol.
like hard alcohol.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Richie, you ready?" And he's like with his hand like fucking bleeding up, and he's
Yeah,
like,
the dude
"Oh,
shot
yeah."
through his hand.
He's like, "All right."
He looks through his own hand.
Yeah, I love that.
but that's
part.
like on their way later.
That's when they bounce
When
out.
they're-
Oh, okay,
like-
yeah.
And he duct
And like,
tapes
no,
over
but they
it.
say they're like, "I told you to just get a fucking map," and then they hop in
That
the
was
car.
all he needed
It's a
to do.
hard night.
So they take off and they're on the run and
on the lamb.
They're
They're
on the
headed to
lam.
El Rey.
They're headed to El Rey and
Yeah.
and they have to stop at that
To
hotel.
watch the El Rey network. on
Parallel though, there's this family of a man with his.
TV. Oh, I'm sorry.
daughter
Are you a doctor? Are you a
and his
physician?
adopted son, where they're like, "Hey, you know."
He's always here, boyfriend.
No,
this is my
he's
son.
my Korean son.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then Juliette Lewis is the daughter that
Ugh.
Tarantino.
Yeah.
The obsession.
Immediately. Oh my god.
So
Gloms
okay,
on
so
them.
both
He's
the
attracted
Gecko
to her
brothers
feet,
and this
is what
family
happens.
end up.
He's a feet guy.
They end up in the same hotel, like in the same
It's
hotel.
very Devil's Rejects.
And
but with more feet.
so they
More
have
foot fetish.
the Gecko brothers have
Seth, I
hostage,
really like your feet.
right?
yeah, they have that. They have
The bank.
Oh,
a
that
bank
lady.
clerk, and then
Yeah.
Richie just.
So and Richie's
You
like,
can
hey,
come up on the bed if you'd
hey,
like.
come here. Hey,
You
come
can
here.
watch Maury Povich.
you want a
or whatever.
cheeseburger?
You can have a cheeseburger and lay on the bed if you like. Take your shoes and socks off. I want to smell your sweaty feet. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess that's That's all right with me.
Yeah, and
yeah,
then
you don't have a choice.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's just
What?
so. Oh no, but
You don't
before
like
that, before that, they pulled
It's
that.
art.
They pulled
Dante
that.
envies that
It's
lady.
not art, but it's fucking film.
What does that mean?
Because I'm art. It's
That's the new catchphrase, man.
but
It's not art. I'm art.
No, keep going.
We can redact this. But
We'll edit all this.
the best
out.
part
What you're
of
about
the
to
movie-
say.
yeah,
the best part of the movie, though, is when George Clooney tells that hostage, if you run, I have 6 friends, and they can all run faster.
Okay,
than
so
you.
that's when he says it.
Yeah.
Like, that was, like, my fucking... That's when I was like...
And it's more than, like, it's a whole, like, little paragraph.
And he's
that
like,
he says.
you
It's
like,
really
you
good.
want to be
forget
alive,
the
I
whole
want
thing.
you to be alive. Like,
Yeah.
If you scream, this screams. If you
That's
run...
what- yeah,
I
this
have
screams
6
louder or something.
Yeah,
like
I
this,
have 6 friends that will run faster than you can.
Yeah.
And, like, that was, like...
All
That's
run
when I was
faster
like...
than you.
I was so fucking hard dog on
Yeah.
that. That is, like, the most hard dog, like, cool, hostage
Tarantino's so good at, like, writing those, like, just badass lines that
And then
make
you
the
couple-
characters so, like, clever and smart and cool and, like...
And you couple that with George Clooney, who's, like,
Oh, yeah.
automatic, like,
Yeah.
default cool. Like...
Definitely, yeah.
I've
In
got
his
6
like
friends.
prime of
Yeah.
And
That
he
shit
had,
was so
I think,
cool.
at that time too. For context, like, I think he was doing ER. I'm not sure, but he hadn't done
He hadn't done anything
a
big.
lot. No.
He hadn't done anything big.
and like yeah.
He did Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Come on, bro.
Oh,
We're talking about
come on,
good
man!
movies.
Don't bring it back. Don't bring the
Good
podcast
movies.
down, Dante.
No, but
That
Good
kinda-
movies like Mac
so
and
that
Me.
scene was
That
dope.
kinda
And
kills
he's
the
like, he was
podcast.
like, Richie, I'll be back. And he
Like,
comes
I don't-
back. Remember, he comes back with the hamburgers, and that's when the family rolls in with their RV.
Oh yeah,
And he like
because they
stops in
need,
front of him, and he's like,
yeah.
yeah. That's our way out.
The ice.
Yeah, and he
The
just
ice
takes a sip of
machine.
his beer, standing in their
Yeah.
way when they're trying to park.
So and then he comes back into the house, into the hotel, and he's like he counts the burgers. He's like, I got 1, I got 2, I got 3. Wait, 1, 2. Where's the other one? And then he looks like Richie.
And Richie's just like, what?
And then
You heard what I said, idiot. What's going on here?
He looks inside the room.
Oh,
the way
she's
they
in
did
the
that,
other room.
where they did like the flashers.
She's in the other room.
Where it was like cuts to like his expression to like the sheets, the
Oh.
bloody sheets. It was like, hey,
They just do those little flickers, almost like
Yeah.
Fight Club.
yeah,
of
where like
her-
you barely get to see what's wrong, which is
Yeah.
the best way to
She's
do like
bloodied
shit
up.
like that.
And then you see, I think, Clooney go in there and react.
And then he goes, "This is not." He's
And
like,
he
"I'm
grabs
a,
Richie
he's like, I'm a
by the
professional
throat and, like, throws him
bank
against
robber.
the wall.
This is not what we fucking do."
Yeah.
And he grabs him by the fucking jaw, and he's
Yeah.
like, "This is not what we fucking do." And Richie's like scrambling to get his glasses
His
off.
glasses are like falling
He's like,
off.
This
Yeah.
is not what we fucking do. He's like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, Richie." So, or whatever his name is. He's like, "I'm so sorry." It's like, "Oh yeah, but you're my little brother, so I love you." So
Yeah.
And then there's
And
a
that's
scene.
like the whole. It's like Mice and Men, pretty much.
Yeah, it's a
Lenny
classic
and-
Lenny.
Lenny
and,
There's a lot of undertones.
George. Except Gary
A lot of
Sinise
winks to
isn't in this
back
movie.
in that one. And they finally figure, all right, we gotta rob this RV. We're gonna take these
Yeah.
people hostage, and they're gonna get us over the border to
Harvey
Mexico,
Keitel and his little family.
to El Rey.
Oh,
And
that's
Harvey
a
Keitel
good
plays-
idea. Wait, which RV? The one with the girl with the feet? What? The girl with the feet. Oh, well, yeah, there's a girl in that RV. No,
How big do you think
her
her feet
feet.
are?
Yeah.
How
She has
smelly do
really
you think her
nice
socks
feet.
are?
Oh my god.
He's like, well,
Richie, I don't
And he
know.
goes,
we're like running from the police right now, so
Yeah.
can we not talk about feet?
Let's worry about
for like,
feet later.
For 5
She goes,
seconds.
"Ooh, not stinky enough." Oh my god.
Ooh, not
Can we like
Talk about feet?
Okay, we'll get
Okay,
to that.
feet.
We'll get to that. We'll get
They're
to the real foot
at the
talk.
bottoms of your legs.
We got a separate
really
podcast
sexy.
called Brooke Macklin, the Stinky Feet Investigator for the FBI.
Send us your socks,
It's
please.
a Parks and Rec callback.
We're starting a foot podcast, by the way.
Yeah.
Called Burt
That we're
Macklin.
gonna do.
Movies
We should
from
have a
Memory
foot
presents.
segment in all the movies from memory.
We talk Tootsie.
He goes.
He agrees. It's a good idea.
We're talking Tootsies.
so what
And I'm
happens?
not talking about Dennis
Tootsies.
Hoffman. You
So
know
what happens
Oh,
is, so what
that's a
happens
good
is
name for it and
the
catchphrase.
family, they're
Talking
like,
Tootsies.
it's Juliette Lewis goes to take a shower, and
Dustin Hoffman.
his Korean son is just
Graduate.
wailing on that. Was it a Gretsch?
He's shredding.
I think
more
Oh,
than
he
that.
is shredding pretty hard, dog.
Yeah.
And it's just Harvey Keitel brooding, and then you're
Yeah, questioning God.
who is it? It's me and my lady friend are trying to get like a bag of ice, and
And they're all out of ice.
if,
That little thing
Which
he
he
says.
goes,
Oh,
The way
yeah.
he says
he
it.
goes, if we can get ice from you, we'll be in and out and it'll be no problem.
Right back. Or give it,
the way he,
give it right back.
the way he tucks his lips is
Yeah,
like,
yeah. He's so, like, innocent seeming.
and then he opens the door and then he just gets
just
automatic desert
storms
eagle
in.
in his
Yeah,
fucking
the
mouth.
Desert Ease. Right up to his face.
Naturally. And the bottom line of this podcast is we want to warn people, like, don't open your door for people asking for ice, otherwise
Yeah.
you might get...
Especially if they're really into your
Unless they're
daughter's
there for a
feet.
gangbang, and then you probably already know them. Then
What if they're-
invite them in?
Oh my
I'm
God.
here for the
That's
gangbang.
true.
Call back to...
Did you
old
bring the
school.
ice? You better have. Or
But
you
what
can't
if
come
they just want to come in because of feet?
in. Well, yeah.
Oh, hi, you needed like an ice bucket? No, your daughter's feet.
Hey, do you guys have
Oh,
stinky feet?
okay.
Because I'm here to inspect them.
Sticky feet and stinky feet.
No.
I'm here to inspect them. Oh, come right in.
I'm
Mr.
here to
Gecko.
inspect stinky feet.
Oh my goodness.
God.
So eventually they round them up. They throw them in the RV. They
Yeah.
explain to them, okay,
Richie keeps
what's going to
being
happen.
creepy.
Hey, we're all gonna be a couple
Yeah.
real mean motor scooters. Like,
Yeah.
I fuck with that line a lot too.
I know, me too.
And that's when
Richie,
when,
put in your bit.
Oh
he's
yeah,
like,
he's that
Oh,
Richie
that's
Taylor.
the worst.
Richie
That's the
put
worst
in
when he's like it's.
I
So
can totally
Richie's
fuck
like
your feet
delusional.
later.
Richie's
If you want me to
straight
fuck
up.
your feet later on, I could totally do it. Juliette Lewis is like, what? What do you? I never
And
said
then
that.
it's Clint goes, "Hey Richie, put your bit in," and he goes,
He's
"Oh,
like,
sorry."
Oh, damn. I'll talk about your feet later.
No, but that shit where he's like, because he has a delusional scene
It's
where
like
he
a
sees
fantasy.
her, and it's Juliette Lewis, and she goes, "Richie, would you please eat my pussy?" And he goes, and then it's like he snaps out of it. So
Yeah.
then there's a
Well,
callback.
no,
to
he
one
says.
of-
He turns
I
to her and
could
he's
do
like,
that for
yeah, I
you.
could do that for you. And she's
but that's
like, what?
that's a callback to when they're on the van, because he didn't like think of that when he was
I think he was thinking of her feet, probably, right?
Like
Looking at her
beforehand,
feet
though.
early. I think he
Look at
literally
those stems.
seriously
Oh.
does look at her feet, and then he has that fantasy and
Well,
says it to her right
no,
away.
No, remember he like
And she's
when
like,
he's
"What?"
when he's in the RV, he goes, "I can do that for you if you want to. Remember what you told me."
Yeah.
So it had to happen
It
before.
had just happened. That's true. Like the scene before.
But yeah,
Yeah.
But then they so they get to the border, and it's Cheech Marin playing one of his
One
many
of
hats.
his, yeah.
Throughout this fucking
Man of
movie.
many hats.
Wait, did they have any other struggles like getting there? They go over the border.
Just the border was like
That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
Cheech is being a
so
creep.
they're there, and Richie's it's Richie and George Clooney. I forget his name.
Seth.
Seth.
Yeah.
Richie and Seth Gecko.
Yeah.
Say it. Everybody say it with us now.
And remember,
Gecko.
Harvey Keitel
He's like-
has some like deep conversations about like God
So you
and
think you
a
can
few
pull us
times
over?
throughout the movie.
Me and my family.
because he is.
Why do you
remember
sound
you
so-
get
Was
you
that
get
But it sounds
Yeah.
like, Dad,
You
I'm gonna-
get more
if
like
you don't got the
backstory.
guts, I'm gonna tell on him or whatever.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
like, no, I
No, you're
I'm
not.
the one with the plan. I'm the one with the plan.
I'm the one with the plan. He sounds like Charles Manson. I'm the plan guy. I am the program, friend.
I roll the dimes around
So
here.
it's the Gecko brothers in the shower in that RV,
and when they're crossing the border.
like I think Seth goes like, I just don't want you acting crazy, and Richie like blows up. He's like, what do
He's
you
like,
mean?
"What the fuck do you
He's
mean?"
like, what
Yeah.
the fuck do you mean? I'm acting crazy. Like,
Yeah,
As the border
Be quiet,
patrol
yeah.
guard is going through the RV,
Yeah.
so they're building the suspension, just like,
Yeah.
shut the fuck
Yeah,
up.
please shut
so
up.
Seth hits him with a Batman fucking back to the fist.
Pow!
Yeah.
Knocked him out. And Juliette Lewis goes, thanks. And Seth just goes, huh? Like cracks his neck. He's
yeah.
like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Was that
Like,
improvised,
then,
you
like
think?
he's like, I know what my brother is, and
Yeah.
that's enough.
Yeah.
And then
And he's staring at her feet while he's in the shower.
Cheech
too.
Marin in like the classic creep mode that he can perform.
Yeah.
Is the he's like the border patrol agent that comes
Is
in.
this
and he's
the
like,
first Cheech Marin appearance?
it's the first Cheech
Yeah.
Marin.
Yeah.
And he comes in. He's a border patrol agent. He comes.
And he
through,
looks real serious.
And he's like, somebody's in the bathroom. Open it up.
Oh,
So
yeah.
he's like, no, my daughter's going piss or whatever. He's like,
Yeah.
fuck that. Or my daughter's taking a shit. I don't know what he says.
My
But he's
daughter
like-
is taking a shit, sir.
But it's so
She's
weird.
gonna squeeze one
it's
out.
so,
You a
it's so
physician?
weird because he opens the door and
Push
it's
one out.
Juliette Lewis
She's very
squatting.
dirty. Don't you
It's Juliette
understand?
Lewis squatting on the toilet. And she goes, "Do you fucking mind?"
Yeah.
And he does the weirdest, like, "Oh, sorry," but he does like a creeper, like
Checks
looking
her
down
out hard
and then
for
looking back up.
He
Which
looks
is like
stares at her for
super
hell
creep
long.
though. Like,
Yeah.
there's no reason to do that. Like, there's
There's
no.
a lot of creepy parts to this
Tarantino's
whole
like, okay, if I was
vampire
in that
movie.
situation, I would stare at her feet. So Cheech, you're gonna stare at her feet for a little bit before you walk out. Like, what
would your character do?
Well, Tarantino
Probably
would drop
feet
a lot
stuff.
more. He would drop about 50 more N-bombs before he could.
N-bomb feet. N-bomb feet.
He's like, it's cool. I hire black actors. No big deal.
N-bomb feet. N-bomb feet.
Well, it's
That's
cool
his
as long as you
entire
have black people saying that stuff. Then it's fine.
And that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
So they get through the
All right,
border.
so they're over the border.
And they get to the titty
We're over
twister.
to new pastures.
Where you got the
ladies and
second,
gentlemen.
you get the second titty twister, or you get the second cheech marin at the titty
Yeah.
twist. I got black pussy, white pussy,
Well,
hot
for a
pussy,
second,
hot pussy,
for-
cool pussy, snap, bam, pussy.
For a second,
he's selling
let's
pussy.
describe the
titty
titty twister. I mean,
How does one describe?
It's out in the middle of
How does
fucking
one describe
nowhere.
heaven? Well, it's perfect. It is 100%.
It's completely out in the middle of nowhere. It's on, if I remember right, when they pull up, it's like on flatlands. And then at the end of the movie, it's at the edge of a cliff.
It's at the edge of flat Earth, which everybody knows is a real thing. So,
because don't they, when they pull up to it, it doesn't look like it's by a cliff. But at the end, you see it is.
Looks
all you
can be
see-
deceiving.
All you can see is
Good
those
point.
titties getting twisted.
Yeah,
Am
and
I
there's
right,
like
fellas?
neon titties.
Am I right, fellas?
There's a lot of
There's neon titties.
truckers there. It seems
But
to be
so-
a trucker bar.
So for
But
whatever
a like
reason,
real skeevy one.
Yeah.
for whatever
For
reason,
a
dirt
lot
bags.
lizards.
Lot of
Where are
lot
the
lizards.
lizards at?
Cheech Marin's slanging puss. It's just a dirty place. Is there a third Cheech Marin appearance?
There is, but that's towards the end. And
that's right.
and Clooney says, "Okay, like listen up, everybody. We have to stay here until the morning,
Until dawn.
dusk.
We have to
or
stay here
dawn.
from dusk till dawn.
Yeah, it's
And
dusk
then he
right
looked
now.
he looked at
Dawn's
the camera
gonna
and
be-
winked.
It's like a Ferris Bueller's Day Off
Yeah.
moment.
So
And
the
he
whole
says,
time,
"Yeah, we have to stay here until then.
Yeah.
So let's just let's have a good time.
let's have a good time. We can all
Let's have
have
some
a shot.
cervezas. Let's have
Yeah.
some shots.
Tequila.
There's nothing strange about this bar.
No,
is the bartender. You're not getting any drinks in
Hey
here.
guys, we're not winning any
Okay.
of this.
You're not getting a drink here.
He does not
Yeah,
sound
that's
like
true, because Danny Trejo doesn't
exactly
sound like that at all. That's right, guys. I mean, come on. That's a
He
little
doesn't
below
go
the
in,
belt.
in here.
He does not sound like that.
He
He does not
That's
sound
what I
like that. But yeah, so for whatever reason, they forget their beef on the RV. They're like, we made it to the titty twister, and then they get to like the
It's like El Dorado.
to Cheech Marin, and he's like, oh, you guys aren't allowed here. No, this
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
Which
Oh, and
Well,
then
that's
it's
not
like,
does have
"Hi,
that- yeah.
thank
He
you
legit does have
very
that."
much. Oh.
That's when he
And then
throws out
that's
all
when,
the types of different vaginas.
yeah.
Available at that
But then at that
establishment.
point, Richie's
But-
chill.
yeah.
Richie's like, I have found it to vagina heaven, so I really don't care about you guys anymore.
And they just have to wait till the morning.
Yeah,
That's
no, it's
all.
fine.
But then you're right,
Uh,
Cheech
But he's like,
confronts him.
what's his name?
Seth?
Richie talks to the Korean son, and he's like, "Hey, dude, you want a lap dance? I'll fucking buy it for you."
Oh, yeah.
And Harvey Keitel, meanwhile, is like, "No, like my kids aren't supposed to be exposed to this."
He can't
And-
see pussy. He's too young.
He's 15 years old. He doesn't like girls yet.
Gynecologist.
Seth gets in a fist fight, and he's like, "Fuck that! You're drinking, you're drinking, you're drinking, you're drinking." And he's like, what do you have to prove?
You get a car, and you get a car.
He's like,
It's
what
like
the-
Oprah.
He's like, what do you have to prove? You've won. And he's like, I don't fucking like the way that people talk to me in that tone of voice.
Yeah. He
Which
was
just
mad
Are you
that-
so
Full
stupid
on.
that you can't see that you have already won?
He was just
sorry.
upset that Cheech would have the audacity to tell him, hey, this is a trucker bar. You guys aren't truckers, so you're not allowed. And that's when Harvey Keitel lays down the law and says, hey, look at that automobile. I can't even do it. Look at the automobile over there.
You were doing it earlier.
Yeah. It's like a
That
recreational
there is a
vehicle.
recreational
Right?
vehicle.
Yeah,
You
that's
guys
what
keep doing like a Native American accent.
Oh my
How?
god. This guy. How were we doing that?
How?
But
Yeah,
then,
he
I've never
tells
seen
him-
a guy so upset about a podcast that he's doing in real time.
But the femme fatale, Selma Hayek comes through.
Oh, to this
And then
song.
she's got that foot fetish, which I just realized.
Yeah.
To
There's even more
Richie.
feet going on in this scene.
They're like, so there's tons of strippers, there's lots of good times. But then, the lights, they dim, and there's a show.
Yeah.
Selma Hayek comes out
With a boa constrictor
with a
around her
boa
neck.
constrictor.
And Seth and Richie have a boa constrictor between their legs.
And I needed a box of termites to watch the rest of the
Yeah,
For all the wood. For all the
A
wood
lot
that I
of
had.
wood. And she comes out,
could've
and
opened up a lumber
out of all the guys, I mean, she could have had anybody.
But she got to have Richie fucking Gecko.
I got to have it, baby.
She could see by the look in his eye he was a foot guy.
Yeah.
So she was
By the look in your eye, you're a foot fucking guy.
She jammed her feet in his mouth. And remember, she poured the
Tequila
over her tongue.
Yeah, it's like a shot.
Over her.
It's like down her
naked
leg.
body.
Yeah, down.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Given the same situation, I did the same. Some high.
Did you do it to Tarantino?
Yeah.
You would put your foot in his mouth? Through his mouth.
Can we role play? I don't know.
The Selma Hayek scene, bro, I'd be right there.
So
play out the same exact way. I got bit by a vampire.
Okay.
Shot a tequila.
to
Shot a tequila
kill
down.
you, that's what I call it.
Shot a tequila down Selma Hayek's foot. I'll play that out.
I'm just trying to figure out how Tarantino got his best bro, his best friend, Robert Rodriguez,
To do all the foot stuff?
I mean, pretty much tie in his fetish into his film.
So-
Like, hey man, we can finance
Like
this
it's a
film,
theme of the movie.
but I gotta be choked with some feet.
So what ends up
I
happening?
need Juliette Lewis, both of her feet in my mouth at the same time, choking me.
What
to death.
ends up happening is that this
Interests of
heist
my
movie
life.
ends up turning into a really quick vampire movie. When Selma Hayek is doing this lap dance, she turns into a straight up like cobra vampire.
Well, it's because
Which
she
I think is
smells
super-
the hand.
The blood
She senses
on
his
Richie's
hand.
hand. That's what it
from,
is.
It's
From when he got shot
a
through the
callback from earlier.
Did you guys ever notice that they're snakes instead of like bats? Like instead of like I don't know. I thought that was like more
What is?
like Selma Hayek turns into more of like a cobra than she does a bat. To
Really?
fight Richie, like they're
Oh,
more
yeah, that's
they're
right.
more
Does
like
she?
snakes than they are bats.
Huh.
And
Which I
at
thought
this,
was kind
that
of
is
chill.
nice.
Like
at this point,
like especially
everybody-
like it with it. I don't know. I mean, Mexico has bats, but I mean like you know what I mean, like with the snake stuff. I don't know if that's even correct or whatever. Like I thought that was cool. That it was like I don't know.
I like how
I'm
it's
pretty
like
sure-
just totally one way. It's a certain type of movie, and it just sharply
dramatically
changes
changes.
into
Like,
a
all
different
right,
genre.
Now it's just a survival horror, movie.
monster movie.
So it goes into that,
And it's just chaos
And then
at
the
this
band
point.
that's like
Yeah.
a Ticano, like they're playing like Mexican music or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they like go into like vampires that are playing body parts. And,
they turn into their instruments are like body parts.
and they're like only certain survivors. One of them is I forget the guy's name. We should look it up. What's the name?
Sex Machine.
Oh, we'll get there at the end.
Fred.
Yeah.
We have to look
It's
it up.
Fred Williamson.
Fred Williamson. Yeah.
Is that the black dude?
Yeah.
That dude's like a
Mustache.
He's
that
from
dude's
Black
a,
Caesar and a
but
few
he's like
other black
a prominent
exploitation
like
movies.
black exploitation actor.
Yeah. He's really big. He was in Black Caesar, which is a great movie, and then Howlett in Harlem. Black Caesar.
So it's like these like survivors get like pulled through, and there's this I guess like semi heartfelt moment where
With Sex Machine?
Seth has to kill
Richie.
Richie.
Yeah. Because he got bit. He's the first person bit, right? That night.
And he
by,
turns
Selma.
pretty quick, which is weird.
Yeah.
Because I mean spoilers, but Harvey Keitel gets bit, and it takes him like a while.
Yeah.
But didn't they? Did he get a full-on bite though? Or like was it like
top doggy?
Yeah, I can't. I thought there was like some reason. I don't know. Maybe.
But either way, Richie gets bit, and Seth has to kill him. It's survivors. One of them's a guy named Sex Machine.
Yeah, Sex Machine with a double revolver pistol thing over his crotch,
And
it
if
looks like a
people-
dick with two balls.
If
and
people
he's
are
shooting
fans,
at it.
if people are fans of these directors, like the
These are like iconic moments, and
And
the cock
do you
rocket
guys-
or whatever the fuck it's called, the cock
Yeah.
pistol is like a repeating thing.
Do you
Like,
guys know who
it's a
Sex
machete.
Machine?
It's a machete.
oh shit!
What's her name? From Modern Family.
That like Sophia, whatever.
Yeah,
really?
She has it, and she's like fucking.
Oh shit!
And Machete Kills. Like she has a cock rocket. Cock rocket shows up again. Like in just a few other movies, but
Do you know
That's
who,
cool.
who plays that guy in From Dusk Till Dawn?
I know that guy like he did makeup. Didn't he do makeup?
It's Tom Savini. He did makeup from
Evil
Dusk
Dead,
Till
right?
Dawn.
and Nightmare on Elm Street.
I
3 or
believe that
4 of
one.
them.
Definitely Friday the 13th.
Okay.
All of your like favorite classic horror
Yeah.
movies.
He was
This
there.
was the guy.
Yeah.
And I saw this little documentary on him. He actually he was a journalist during Vietnam, and so he took all these gnarly photos and stuff.
Whoa.
So when he came back, when he got into this
him?
like new business of special effects, he just tried to reproduce what he saw.
Wow.
And so he had, and he would use all these. He had like hundreds of medical books that would describe all these like what organs and things would look like. So
Seems
that's
like a
why,
well-balanced individual.
Yeah, but
Like
that's
he's
why.
like terminally chill.
Well, it's interesting because it's like he can't make, these are all practical effects. He can't do like movie magic at this time. So it's like he tries to like learn as much as he can about the real stuff to reproduce it. And the Greg Nicotero, the guy, he's a director from The Walking Dead. I recognized him, he's one of the dudes there. That he also like super big in special effects.
Well, so
He's
like
in the movie.
Yeah,
Or, like, working.
so all these people
both. He's
so-
one of the actors that gets killed in the melee when everybody becomes a
Really?
zombie.
So this,
Yeah,
it reels back to like these survivors.
Yeah, vampire.
Somebody's bitten.
Whatever.
It's
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't. Yeah,
the black dude's
it's irrelevant.
bitten,
Yeah.
and then he like wants
And
to fight.
Trejo turns, and like all the strippers turn because they're already vampires.
I'm talking after this.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It's after the survivors are left over.
Yeah.
Like what was it? Like the black dude was already bitten, so he like keeps hearing.
Yeah,
shit.
he's hiding it, right?
Yeah.
Or no,
Sex Machine.
Sex Machine was.
Oh,
bitten.
that's right. No, Sex Machine's
Yeah.
who's hiding it, and then like
And then
he does
that
thing.
was so
he does that
creepy,
thing where
yeah.
you see fingers creep over that black dude's shoulder, and this Sex Machine who bites him. And he's
It
like, "God damn,
reminds
Sex
me
Machine!"
a lot of.
Oh yeah.
God damn it, Sex Machine! It reminds me a lot of Nosferatu, actually. The way that he kind of like creepily.
Totally, me too.
Come on.
No, it is a throwback. It is
Yeah,
a throwback because he had longer fingers than he should have, and he had
Yeah.
like the front teeth instead of like the canines that were sharp teeth.
Straight up vampire.
That's kind of cool that he
You
was
know what?
like
You love
behind
it,
the
vampire
scenes
teeth.
for so long, and Tarantino's like, "You're gonna be like the main monster or one of the main monsters." Like,
He's in
Well,
he's
Sex
cool.
Machine, that actor is in a lot
He's
of those.
from, he's in
Tarantino,
Planet Terror as well.
Oh, yeah.
he's in a lot of Robert Rodriguez movies.
Yeah.
But so it's like they wipe out like I think 2 other characters after that, and then it's the survivors. It's Keitel who got bit. Nobody knows about it. The son, the daughter,
Richie
and
and
George
Seth.
Clooney. That's it.
Oh,
It's just
yeah, you're
those
right,
4,
Seth.
right?
Yeah, just those 4.
Seth's
And,
gone at that point.
Yeah, Seth's
I
already
mean,
been killed.
Richie. or
No,
whatever.
Seth
Yeah.
is,
Or Richie, rather,
Yeah.
I messed it up.
And
These
then,
two names are
so
very
they
complicated.
get
What I like
backed
to
into that back room,
which they
And
find out
remember-
is just like it's a holding spot for like all these like goofy like just like
like
It's the
weapons
knickknacks
and, shit like that?
and trinkets that the truckers have.
yeah.
From
So there's
all
like
the people that they've
condoms,
been killing.
there's
for
condoms,
years and
squirt
years.
guns, there's a bow and arrow, there's like
And
all
at
this
one
different
point, I
stuff.
think it's Keitel, I can't remember, he gets a shotgun, and then through like the part that you kind of like cock it
Yeah.
back with, he puts the bat
the
through
cross?
it,
Yeah,
and it
yeah,
makes
yeah.
a cross,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it kind of holds him back, and then he'll cock it and like shoot, and then put it back.
But
on.
I love that Clooney has the drill where it's a fucking.
It's like a steak?
He holds it up to his crotch.
a
and
stake on the end of like a jackhammer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Very phallic.
why would that really like?
Yeah.
Why would that really make a difference?
Yeah.
And it's like yeah, I'll kill vampires.
I know, that would be, how would you like maneuver that thing around? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like the least effective.
And then they get squirt guns and have, I'm sorry, am I a priest? Oh yes, I actually am.
Oh yeah,
Harvey Keitel is a priest, so he blesses,
He blesses
the
the
water.
water.
I like
I
that
love
he.
that.
They fill up squirt
I like
guns and
that he
water
tells the
balloons.
kids, he's like, you have to swear to God that you guys will kill me. And
Oh,
they're like,
yeah.
no, I can't kill you, Dad. He's
No,
like,
Dad,
"Well,
Richie will do stuff to my feet. Forget that, you have to do it. Promise me, damn
I
it.
don't want to talk about this. But he's like, you have to swear to God that you'll kill me, and they're like, yes, Dad, I swear to God on Jesus Christ, I'll kill you. And
On
like
cheese and rice.
it sounds
I'll
so
kill
much.
you.
It sounds so much like defined, so much more defined when they're like, "Yes, Dad, I swear to God on Jesus Christ." Like when you say Jesus Christ, it makes it like a little bit more like
Makes it like
You
really
need,
serious.
yeah, you need a little
yeah.
more.
yeah, like
Yeah.
on Christ I'll kill you, but yeah, on Jesus
On
Christ's
mammies.
soul I will kill you. Yeah,
Yeah.
On mammies, I'll tuck you back, homie.
And
I'll put hands on you.
there's,
Crease, I'm about to catch a body.
Catch a body,
You know, it's
catch
like
me a case.
it's pretty much a no-win situation that they're in.
But I like that the dad was like, they're like, no, I won't kill you. And he's like, I'll fucking shoot myself if you don't kill me right now.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, no, you won't. And he was like, I'm already dead, so
Yeah.
I got nothing to lose. They're like,
Yeah.
But
okay.
then he does decide to like somehow he helps them, right? They all
No,
like,
he
run
ends
out
up
there.
eating the son, right?
Oh yeah, because he doesn't shoot him.
Because he doesn't shoot him, that's
Yeah.
right.
These, your
and that
choices
kid's-
have consequences.
That kid's death is crazy. He's like, and he's bleeding.
But he's got
out
all those
bad. It's
condoms on.
nuts.
The weirdest part
Holy
is that
water
he has all
condoms.
those holy water condoms on.
Why is that weird?
Tarantino just brought those from home. To
Oh
the
my
set.
God.
Here, we can use these in this movie.
Oh my
I
God.
filled
Why
them
do you
up
have
myself.
these, Quentin? I fill them up. And I got them blessed at the church down the street.
So Keitel dies.
Anyway, Juliet
his
loses
son
his
dies. It ends up being just Clooney and Juliet at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
They
she's like,
blow their way out of there. We're
She's-
gonna blast our way
And remember,
out.
don't they start
I love-
breaking parts of the roof?
Yeah,
Yeah, so the
because it's
sunlight
dawn
comes
is
in.
breaking. And
Yeah.
so the sunlight
and that's
is,
the
like,
final
burning them.
Cheech Marin entrance.
Well, it's
like-
after all the vampires
Oh, he
burn up.
rises as a vampire?
No, he's the guy that was supposed to take him to El Rey.
Yeah, they're waiting outside,
That's right.
and he's the reason why that they're there. They're supposed to have that run.
And
there,
he goes, "Why the
Yeah.
fuck did you want to meet at the titty twister?" He's like,
Yeah.
"Wow, that seems like a cool spot."
Oh, sassy. Yeah, it's like pissed. Yeah.
He's like, "What? You've never fucking been here before?"
He's like, "No."
No, I see from
Yeah.
the road.
But I also like that, Juliet Lewis tries to go with him, and he's like, "I might be a mother." What does he say? He's like, "I might be a fucker, but
Son
I'm
of
not."
a bitch or something, right?
He's like, "I might be a fucker, but I'm not a motherfucker. Take the money."
Oh,
and
yeah. He gives her money.
yeah.
And does he give her she gets the RV or something
She
like
gets
that?
I think she
Oh,
gets
there's
a
tons
Mustang.
of cars there, right?
Oh, that's right. Everybody's cars.
Yeah. And
she
that's
takes
it, man.
off.
And that's that.
But that legit might be one of my favorite movies. Of all
Yeah.
time.
It is a really...
Because if you think about it, in the sense of if you're first seeing it, you're not expecting it to be like a horror movie at all.
I
Like,
mean,
it's
I
supposed to be a
think
heist.
it was one of
It's a
those where
really
it was
young
like
movie.
they couldn't hide it. So I think in the marketing stuff, it was like a vampire movie. The name of it kind of sounds like that, but it's like if you could somehow see it. Like, I don't know, when I saw it, Chase was like, "Oh, this movie," and I had maybe heard of it and was kind of just like, I mean, I don't really want to watch that. And he put it on, and so within a couple seconds, you're like hooked because the writing's so good. And I forgot that, oh, this is supposed to be a monster movie, a horror movie at all. So and then you're lost in the story. So I kind of got the experience you're talking about, where you're going in blind.
Because it's
And for-
3/4 of the way through. It's completely different vibe.
And for it being a B movie that never
Yeah.
really probably didn't make great
Mm-hmm.
money.
Yeah.
So for me being a generation after that, I have no knowledge of this stuff. You had Chase that was like, "Hey, check this out. It's a good movie."
Yeah.
I didn't have that. So
It's definitely a midnight movie to me.
yeah.
It is, yeah.
Now that we've conversed, we've talked about the movie, I'm going to throw some things by you.
Let's see so what year do we all think it is? Take a guess at the year.
96.
That's your guess?
I was about to say that.
Oh, you
Yeah,
just said
96.
it?
Yeah, my bad.
I was just about to say the answer that he just said.
But the plot is as follows. On the run from a bank robbery that left several policemen dead, Seth Gecko, George Clooney, and his paranoid, loose-cannon brother, Richie, Quentin Tarantino, they hightail it. Oh, I love that. They're hightailing it to
Couple fuckboys
to the Mexican border. They kidnap the preacher, Jacob Fuller, Harvey Keitel, and his kids. The criminals sneak across the border in the family's RV and hole up in a topless bar. Unfortunately, the bar also happens to be home base. Home base.
Why is that so funny?
I know it's just that it's home base for
the
a gang
vampires.
of vampires.
Yeah.
And
It is,
And
yeah.
the brothers and their hostages have to fight their way out.
They kidnap a priest, his son, and his daughter's feet.
I think it's funny that
It's the crime of the century.
when they slip off to the titty twister for a
Yeah.
nightcap and a lovely evening.
The cast, I'll just throw some names out there.
Yeah, I think we
Trejo.
said most of them.
Yeah, Tarantino, Salma
Hayek.
Hayek, Danny Trejo, George Clooney, Tom Savini,
Snap
Juliette
it.
Lewis, Harvey Keitel. Those are the
Yeah,
big
Tom
ones.
Savini,
Those are
yeah,
the
Salma
big
Hayek.
ones.
That's 5 people.
Cheech Marin, Fred Williamson, Ernest Liu is his son.
Oh.
Kelly Preston is also in it.
really?
John Saxon.
Kelly Preston.
John Hawkes is Pete
Oh,
Bottoms.
is that the
He's
clerk?
the clerk in the very beginning.
And then the great Michael Parks.
And
the
great
late
Michael Parks. You gotta love it.
Go
This
see
is,
Tusk and Red State if you want to see more Michael Parks.
I wanted to try something a little different in this movie
Oh
from
my
memory.
gosh, that's so interesting. Thank you.
now
I
that
think
we
the
now that we
audience
talked
is
about
in
it,
for a
and
treat.
what would you guys rank From Dusk Till Dawn?
First.
Out of
Hard 10.
First of all time.
Yeah, first. Number one.
First place.
First. I love those comments. Where
Citizen
just
Kane
first.
second. Yeah, that was my... I just wanted to say it first. First.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so if I'd say out of 10, I'd give it like an 8. You know, like I think it's pretty good. I wouldn't say that it's a classic or anything, but it's definitely rewatchable and fun. There's some good parts.
Super rewatchable.
Yeah.
I think it depends on what you're looking for. If
Yeah,
you're looking for a
it's
campy
hard
movie,
Well,
Yeah.
My
If you're looking
opinion-
for like a campy movie and or like a B movie, it's like a 10.
yeah,
Yeah,
For
You
me-
know, but like
for me, in my opinion, of this movie, it's a hard 10.
yeah.
Damn.
But like it's not like what everybody's looking for. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
if you're looking for a heist
It's a
movie,
mixed bag.
correct.
There's a lot of
it's
moving
kind
parts.
If you like horror movies, kind of that, but like
I think like to me like the writing is like just so good. And it's like directed well too and stuff, but it's just like how could you not? It's one of those kind of like Pulp Fiction where, you know, if it's already on, you walk in the room, the second you glance, like you're transfixed.
Yeah.
Prime,
so good.
prime Tarantino
Prime
dialogue.
cinema.
and
Yeah.
it's amazing. So what would you?
did he write it?
What would you?
Probably
I didn't.
I guess a 9.
Tarantino doesn't
maybe?
write it
I don't
though,
know.
right?
He wrote it. And
Oh,
then
can you look
Rodriguez
that up?
directs it.
Yeah.
I thought he just acted in it. I didn't even know that he like
I
wrote
think
it.
he wrote the script by himself, yeah. Pretty sure.
Because I
and
thought
then
that he
Robert
wrote
Rodriguez
like a
directed.
True Romance.
Yeah.
Which he
He
did.
did,
right?
yeah.
It was written by Robert Kurtzman and Tarantino.
Mm.
Okay.
Robert Kurtzman.
Yeah, Robert Kurtzman. That sounds really familiar.
Yeah, that's one of the other...
He was also Robert Kurtzman guy is known.
he does...
For Army of Darkness.
Yeah.
He did the special
He does
effects on
special effects.
Predator.
And he did it on fucking Tusk, I think.
Wow.
So I would say like
Didn't he do Tusk?
Yeah.
I would say if you're not
Yoga
like,
Hosers.
And
too.
Yoga Hosers. Yeah, he
Oh,
did
wow.
the Goalie Golem.
that sucks.
That's really cool.
Oh, wow.
Wishmaster.
He said, "Oh well."
This guy's,
Yeah,
this
well,
guy's a hater. He's a
So I would say
straight
like
hater.
if you're not like expecting anything, if you're just trying to like be entertained by a movie,
Yeah.
I would say like watch it. I'd say it's like a 7 if you're just trying to be entertained.
Yeah.
My personal opinion, it's a hard 10. But
You're going hard doggy?
yeah,
Damn.
it's one of my top 10 of all time. I'd say top 5 of all time.
Damn.
But
Just top 5 movies all time.
yeah, that and the thing are
Dang.
the two that I can put that in.
The Thing and From Dusk Till Dawn
Yeah, the two
are both
movies.
in your top 5.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw some trivia at you guys. The green blood was used for the vampires to get past the movie censors, which I do remember. I think there's a commentary for it.
Well, in Evil Dead,
Really?
Evil Dead 2, they had to do that. That's why there's that scene where there's like all those splashing, like it's like green, red, and black, and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like they had to do that to like get rid of like the NC-17 rating.
Really?
Oh yeah, that's right. Before George Clooney was cast, Antonio Banderas, Steve Buscemi, Michael Madsen, Tim Roth, John Travolta, and Christopher Walken were offered the role of Seth Gecko. All passed because of scheduling conflicts.
I got the form.
I would have fucking hated that movie if it was.
I can run faster than you.
If it was Tim Roth, it would be but it's terror.
I think.
What would Christopher Walken even? I mean, he would
that
be
would be
sad.
so weird.
So I
Even
got
yes,
5. I got 6 bullets, and they all
Yeah.
run faster than
Run
you
faster
can.
than you. I think Madsen would have been great.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Mr. Blonde? No, my
Sorry.
bad. Mr. Blonde? Yeah, no, for sure. It was an automatic no because I don't think anybody could do it as well.
He
Oh,
just
I'm not
even,
saying as good as
he
Yeah,
didn't
no,
even finish the sentence.
Yeah.
Michael, yeah,
Didn't
no,
say better than
no, that's what I'm saying. Is I automatically hit no, whatever. I wasn't
A lot
trying
of
to
those,
hear
I
you, but
think,
yeah,
would've
no,
been-
Michael
would've
Madsen
been good.
would have played it. You talking about Free Willy? Yeah, he would have hit it up.
Oh my god. He's so good in Free Willy.
Tarantino was originally set to direct the
We should do
movie.
Free Willy on Movies from Memory.
That would be a good one. But he decided not to direct so that he could
kid's
focus
freedom.
more on the screenplay and his role as Richard Gecko,
Oh, that's cool.
which is pretty interesting. There's the obligatory Tarantino trunk shot. You guys remember that? Where it's like you can see inside of cars, you can see inside of something.
You're looking out from in the trunk, right?
Yeah, outside in, and it's
Or inside out, right?
No, it's
Because you see their face like open it up.
Oh no! It's the camera's like from the side. It's the side of the car, and then it kind of moves back to where the trunk would be, and then it's like almost it's like superimposed or something where you can see inside the back of the trunk. You see that the woman's there, and then it goes back to normal.
When you see through the
yeah,
side
you
of
see
it.
Yeah, you see through.
Yeah.
It's a trick.
But I think they also do the one that
does
like in all his movies.
Yeah, they do that one.
They open it
so
up
the
and
trunk
you see
shot, when the opening
out.
credits finish and the geckos retrieve their hostage, we look from the woman's point of view, which you're saying.
Yeah.
The woman's point of view from inside the trunk of the car up at the geckos.
Yeah.
This, of course, is the familiar type of angle that Tarantino puts in all his films.
Yeah. But he does do the one you're talking about, and also in Jackie Brown.
Yeah, where you can.
So he does that, I think, multiple times too. Although I guess that's not Tarantino's. Dust Till Dawn's not. But yeah, that's cool.
Some of the body parts were from other films by Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez.
Did they have a foot double for Juliette Lewis?
No, that's all for.
That's all
we're
Juliette's
keeping
feet?
that. Yeah, we're not going to put that in post.
Wow.
Samuel L. Jackson's Samuel L. Jackson's character's Ezekiel monologue in Pulp Fiction was originally written for Harvey Keitel's character in this film.
Really?
I definitely heard that before. That he was.
What was it?
He was cutting
What
up.
was it?
He was cutting like monologues and different cool lines and stuff from Dusk Till Dawn for a long time.
Oh, really?
Tarantino he took the Ezekiel monologue from Pulp Fiction from Keitel's character.
And
in this
you will
film.
know the Lord is my shepherd. That
was
whole
supposed to
thing.
be.
That was going to be Keitel and from Dusk Till Dawn.
Fuck, dude, that would have.
You know the Lord is my shepherd.
Another writer trademark by Tarantino, the Big Kahuna Burger. The fast food Seth brings into the hotel clearly has the Big Kahuna Burger logo on the side of the bag.
Would you like a hamburger? To the girl.
Sit next to me and watch cartoons.
Sit next to me on
It'll
the
be
bed.
okay.
We'll watch Sally, Jesse, Raphael.
I'm just gonna suck your toes.
Oh my god. And then shoot you and rip you apart.
Tarantino pitched this film to John Travolta the same as he was preparing, or at the same time that he was, Originally, Tarantino pitched this to John Travolta at the same time as he was preparing the film Pulp Fiction. Travolta was not interested in working on a vampire movie and wanted to work on Pulp Fiction instead.
He wanted to work on an action movie that sucked.
On a movie that
He was
sucked?
busy acting in an actual movie that sucked instead of a movie that was.
Oh, I thought that was a blowjob joke. Oh, I was way off. Fuck.
That went over my head. Man.
I think I was off. So.
Oh boy.
I think we're gonna.
Is there any other trivia?
There doesn't seem to be anything.
How many
I heard Ice
feet
Cube
were there in this movie?
Ice Cube
Two.
was gonna
Juliette
play.
Lewis's.
From what I read, Ice Cube was gonna play Juliette Lewis's feet.
All right.
Why Ice Cube?
that just.
There's snakes out there in this beer.
All right. Well, I just want to say thank you everybody for
my
listening, for continuing to follow us, to listen to us, supporting us here at Movies from Memory. We do appreciate
thousands of listens.
Yeah, all the thousands. Of
The other movies from memories are good though.
There's a reason here for some special guests.
Yeah, so please leave a comment, a like, subscribe, let us know what you thought. And we will supply you with more movies from memory. Artemio just giving bedroom eyes.
Suggest other movies we should do. I mean, it kind of depends on if we haven't seen it.
So I was just having a conversation and whatever wild conversations I had.
All right.
Just
I
happened.
ruined the outro.
Movies from memory, thank you.
Okay.
My bad. I like.